all know for a moment. Beautiful. You. When the mother of two broke bread, showed Innocence to eat his fill as reward for his virtuous nature, Sin was cast the scraps to remind him of his worthless ways. Gonna be honest, that's kind of a shit mom. Like, hey, kid I like, here's food. Kid I don't like, get the fuck out of the room. You can eat my shit later. Exaggeration. I think I know why Sin didn't really listen to his mom. I think I know why. That mother's a cunt. Innocence watched Sin take root in the bodies of men, women, and children. Sounds hot. He witnessed them turn on each other, first with words and with fists. Friends and kin embraced the mortal struggles. There was skin weaving with skin, flesh bonding with flesh, bone entwining with bone. The village had become one riding giant, forged with strife and hatred. That's a little disturbing. But seriously, yeah, like that. Yes, that mother needed her child god to be taken off her. God, where's child god protective services when you need them? Oh God. It's one of the few times I actually get to make jokes in my Let's Plays. My sense of humor is typically sarcastic or mocking, and I need setup for it. It's not always that, it can be different. Damn. It's frequently different, but that's frequently how it is. So, it can be different, but that's frequently how it is. So, I'm just giving, so that's why I don't make too many jokes, hardy, because I need setup and prompting for what comes to be easiest. Not prompting, but setup. It's weird how Sin is the one with the red, considering he is the red eyes. You'd think he would have blue, you know? I know red is frequently an evil color, but this red is also heavily associated with Innocence, while blue was associated with Sin. It wouldn't make more sense to be the other way? Also that. So, I guess maybe I was wrong with the nightmare analogy earlier, but at the same time, they probably lump the nightmare in with Sin anyway. And they don't like it's probably Sin. Christ, I'm fighting the Holy Roman Jehovah's Witnesses. My God. With Jehovah's Witnesses, everything they don't like is satanic. For example, I saw them insisting that an altar to... in their books, they were insisting that an altar to Zeus was an altar to Jupiter. Thus it was satanic! And without the weird voice thing. Sometimes when I talk weirdly, people can't understand me. Mightn't be in the case there, but I don't know. I can understand me just fine, but not everyone's that lucky. Zeus, an altar to Zeus is an altar to Jupiter, and is satanic. Is worship to Satan. Or something. Jupiter is the Roman version of Zeus. The Romans just stole the Greek gods and made them their own, rejigged their names, and that was it. Hercules became Heracles, or vice versa. Zeus became Jupiter. You know, that kind of mark. I don't know too much beyond that. But they did borrow an altar off the gods. Waves crashed upon the shores of Oriath, waves of hunger, waves of desire, the ravenous god and his starving multiple, rising with the tide, flooding our streets with death and depravity, until Innocence cried no more, bathing our city in fire, scorching the wicked to ash and bone. The ravenous god fled into the embrace of our glorious Saviour. He driven... Also, the ravenous god, that sounds like the other one, Katava. Bathing our city in fire, scorching the wicked to ash and bone, the ravenous god fled into the embrace of our glorious Saviour. Driven down he was into soil, stone, and beyond, to damnation. By our will and light of our innocence, triumph of innocence by High Templar Avarious. Also, bathing our city in fire. Oh yeah, that sounds like the action of the good guy. You know, like, yeah, he ignited us all. Woo! Yay, immolation! Woo! I love me some burning, just like Mama used to do. Sarcasm. My god, there's so many idiots here. Be doing some worthwhile with your life rather than being, you know, punching bags. As this titan of sin rose to its many feet, Innocence knew that the village was lost. With an anguished cry, he committed it to flame. As town and titan burned, the sky turned to dark with the ashes of sin. There, amongst the raging ruins of his home, Innocence swore an oath. No matter where the ashes of sin fell, the purifying flames would rise to meet them. Though, can I be honest? It seems like he's just adding to the issue. To justify him, he's making an issue. Rather than imprisoning sin, rather than talking sin down, not being a cunt to sin. I'll burn him, then spread the corruption, so I can burn more. More! As you can see, I don't exactly have a positive stance on the serial arsonist. He's a bit of a cunt. Okay, it is explaining those guys. They're worshipping the god of arsonists. So it explains pretty much everything, really. That was Miss Lady back here. Yes. Boom. No, he didn't. Anyone over here? Yes! A random clustering of very large people. Okay. There's more over here. Swing this way. Oh, ignore her. She can die whenever. These have to go now. Boom. I love that. Innocence could not keep a promise made in fear. He bore witness and testimony to the mother of two, and Innocence could not keep a promise made in fear. He bore witness and testimony to the mother of two, and was decided to be between mother and son. The sin was beyond rule and redemption, that only purification could cleanse his burgeoning corruption. Still, shitty mom. Come on, take him down. Oh, Reeve. Also, what is it with gods being born to single mothers? I'm just noticing, there's no mention of a father at all. 50% more area of effect for each stage. Hit small area in front of you, and each reef that hits an enemy increases the area of effect. The areas reset have a short period without hitting anything. Daggers, claws, and one-handed swords. Useless to me. I could have fun with it with what I have, but I can't use that. Burning damage support gem. Nice. Innocence me arse. He's just an arsonist. He just likes arson around. Yet the punishment only served to feed Sin's lusts. Before his brother, Sin stole a fish from the market and lied to the watchman who caught him. Sin then beat his brother until a promise of silence was extracted. It just sounds like a cunt of a you know, a brother, you know? Yeah, like, I'm not saying, to be clear with what I'm saying, I'm not saying Sin is innocent or something, you know? They're all cunts. It's just like, the people that you're meant to see as the good people are still cunts, and it's been gossiped Probably because, you know, religious theology tends to do that to their... Well, any group tends to do that to their favorite targets. Their sins and flaws are forgotten. And these sins and those they don't like are emphasized. And the virtues ignored. That is cool. That is cool. It's cool artwork. But yeah, people, you know, no matter what, well, you know, what it's part of, people are like that just always, you know? Be it, you know, a religious thing, a ideology, just people in general. Even ignoring all that, that's how people are. And keep in mind, whenever I'm saying anything like this, I don't see myself as perfect. I'm since I'm human, I'm as open to the flaws of I'm as susceptible to the flaws of humanity as anyone else. I'm just merely commenting on it, that's all. My god. It's beautiful. Gold Fury. Sequel to Gold Fury. The spin-off, though, wasn't quite as well received. Brown figure, the proctologist. Beat him down. Ooh, I think we found him. Beat him down. Get him. Also, think about it. Maybe they're being symbolic about all the people fusing together. Maybe he just burnt. Maybe they didn't fuse into a little giant. Maybe he just burnt a village. Sanctum of Innocence. Sup, arsonist? Someone's cruising for a spanking. Oh, that's cool.
The world must be cleansed of impurity.
High tempo, move. Shite. Hit it. Ooh. Lightborn elite. Ah, I can't mind control. It's unsurprising, really. Ooh, yo. Don't get too close to that. Lightborn faithful. That is cool. Kill it. Ow. God Emperor of Eternity. Okay, Emps. Sorry, you're gonna have to kick your bollocks in. Oh, well, not arson around? Also, I can't even damage that guy. And now I can... Whoa, run! My arse is toasting. Oh, that blocks it. Good to know. But, all I can hear right now is the, music from the end of the other thing. Oh, also 99, big boy. From the, whatchamacallit? Ooh, if the Emperor had a talk-speech device. I keep thinking that. Kill it. Move. If Emperor had a talk-speech device. New World Order or something, I can't remember the song name. But I just keep ending up thinking of that. Especially because the guy's fucking called God Emperor. Not really helping. Prayer Guard. Unique enemy. Can't mind control it. To be expected, really. I doubt he'll give me a unit I can mind fucking control. Engage! Whoa! Bad touch. Piss off. Beat him down. They all resist fire, apparently. Convenient. Damn it. Due to that barrier, couldn't actually hurt him. Couldn't get it close enough to be considered inside it. Whoa! Shit! Shit! Run! 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 Kill it! Hit it! Oh, you cunt! You hoser! Checkpoint. Okay. Ooh, cool. Sin. You'd think a god would drop out of gear, and I'm annoyed at myself for dying right there.
I am Sin, the Forgotten One. Would that humanity could forget all of my kind. Perhaps with your help, that might still come to pass. For now, the blinding light has been dimmed, and darkness floods in to fill the void. The desperate and depraved set a feast for their lord incumbent, Kitava, the Ravenous One.
Wish they stop moving.
Accept their invitation. There is but one thin sliver of hope for us all. My brother's sign of purity. Look to it in the choking passages of Templar reverence. It shall be your torch when night falls at last.
Ironic.
Deep in the Templar's ossuary, in the company of the dead, there lies the sign of purity. Innocence bled himself for the creation of that cruel and desperate weapon. Tempered in his own ruby eagle, it was forged to be a transcendent tool of punishment and purification. The sign is a living agent of righteousness, or at least the dubious kind of righteousness that my brother subscribes to. Innocence found in the first High Templar a most faithful servant, and gifted the sign to him so that it might be used in times of great need. The great need of Innocence believers, that is. Humanity's general well-being has never been a particular concern to my brother.
And if this guy actually gives a shit about humanity's well-being, he's certainly higher on the charts of how much, of like ability than Innocence is. And certainly with the contempt he said that, I'm starting to like this guy a bit.
Though I am a god, I have not forgotten my humanity. I care for that which I once was. Kitava remembers nothing and cares for nothing but his own hunger and greed. He is an endless pit of gnashing teeth and churning guts. While other gods rise on the mainland and fight for the meager scraps of what was, Kitava has the most fecund and formidable civilization of his age at his disposal. He can feed when he likes, and he grows ever stronger with each morsel. All of Oriath shall soon belong to Kitava, and if that happens, he will rise beyond even our reach.
Even our reach. It's like a god and just some Templar that manages to be a fucking badass. I love it.
He lives, after a fashion. That pretentious little vessel of his served only to encourage his divine follies. I have procured him a more sensible host, one that should contain his excesses and temper that fragile ego of his. Hear this, brother. From mind of lead to heart of gold, your soul shall be bound, your wrath shall grow cold.
Ooh, that's an interesting phrasing. Let's hear it again.
After a fashion. That pretentious little vessel of his served only to encourage his divine follies. I have procured him a more sensible host.
From mind of lead to heart of gold, your soul shall be bound, your wrath shall go cold.
Hear this, brother. From mind of lead to heart of gold, your soul shall be bound, your wrath shall grow cold.
Sounds cool. I think it's a hint as to